Joining us today is Tim Wither, Managing Director at Maximus Resources, ASX code MXR. Tim, thanks for joining me today in the Market Open studio.
Thanks, Stu, and Happy New Year and all the best wishes for the festive season.
Looking back at the last quarter, what were your main achievements?
Really busy quarter for us and a pivotal one really for the company. So one of the things that we're focused on is the gold. So we were able to increase our gold resources to just over 335,000 ounces. And that is really driving the company's valuation. Secondly, we were able to secure a significant strategic partner with Khmer and having LG behind that deal. That's provides fully funding for lithium exploration at Eastern Goldfields, our Spargoville tenements at Lefroy. And thirdly, we were able to successfully define spodumene-bearing pegmatites at this target, so very quickly are able to rapidly advance that target.
Maximus increased its gold resource in Spargoville in the quarter. What kind of value does the company gold assets have?
Well, the company now has over 335,000 ounces. These are all in predominantly open pit resources, and this increase following the MRE, mineral resource estimate updates at Hilditch and Larkville. Both of these are very shallow gold resources. So these gold resources are situated on granted mining tenements. We've got excellent access to infrastructure right up against the national highway, and we have several toll treating options within a 70-kilometre radius. But for value for shareholders is, if company's current market cap's under $10 million, so that gives a valuation of under $30 an ounce. We look at our neighbours and peers, they sit around $55 an ounce. One of the more recent transactions in the neighbourhood was Northern Star buying Strickland, which was $171 per ounce. So it really shows the disparity of the valuation for the company. And for us, the gold is really the underlying valuation, tangible valuation for the company.
Spargoville and Wattle Dam gold deposits near Kambalda are the key focus for the company. Who's nearby in Spargoville, and what are Maximus's next steps at the tenements?
Well, our next steps is to try and get into production, and we've got a pathway to get into that this year, and mentioned there's several toll treating options, and they're screaming out for dirt at the moment. Our neighbours, we've got Astral Resources sitting 2 kilometres to the east. They've got a very similar strike length to us. They have 1.2 million ounces. The difference between us is really money spent in the ground, and our resource is just limited by drilling. To the north, we've got Spargo's Reward, which is being delivered to Karора's Higginsville project. So there are, within the immediate area, there's significant gold resources, and 20 kilometres to the east of us, we've got a plus 10 million ounce project at St Ives. So, and they've got Hungary Mills ready to, needing further resources. So, it's all quite bright and golden future for Maximus's gold resources.
The lithium joint venture Maximus inked with South Korea's government-owned mining corporation last quarter was encouraging. How do you see it, and how does it position shareholders to benefit from the company's lithium assets?
Joint venture partnership for Maximus and Khmer is very significant for the company and for shareholders. We've got now a fully funded exploration program in Western Australia's Eastern Goldfields lithium corridor. Our neighbours include Cali, who just recently listed and have recently put out spodumene rock chips right on our boundary. You've got Mineral Resources 16 kilometres to the north of us, and you've got Develop, which is a major shareholder with having Mineral Resources to the south of us. So we're in a very exciting lithium corridor, and having Khmer coming in for 30% for the project leaves a significant upside following a significant discovery for the company. And so immediately afterwards, we went straight into drilling out the known outcropping pegmatites. We've identified over 80 outcropping pegmatites, and yesterday we put out an announcement regarding our first phase of a soil sampling. So we've, within 6 weeks of us signing the strategic partnership, we've been able to confirm spodumene-bearing pegmatites, and we've now intersected this same spodumene-bearing pegmatite over 600 metre by 400 metre. And now these soils have expanded this drill target area of us, of initial Lefroy target, and additional targets have come out of the soil. So it's very exciting, fully funded, and the company maintains a significant upside, 70% upside on this Lefroy project.
Maximus nickel geochemistry sampling is coming along. Can you tell me more about that side of things?
Yeah, well, nickel commodity's taken a bit of a turn at the moment, but we're driven by geology. We're sitting in this Cambodia region, has delivered over 1.5 million tonnes of nickel metal. We're sitting in this very fertile ultramafic belt, runs from Cassini all the way up through Mount Edwards into our ground. At the start of 23, we had Michaud discovery, and it showed the power of soil sampling. So the soil sampling that we've been completing underneath the Khmer joint venture is also assisting our gold and nickel exploration programs. So the company, during the December quarter, we ran through an XRF soil sampling program, and then we honed in on significant areas that has the pathfinders and did PGE soil sampling. So the PGE soil sampling is very important for us because the PGEs are less mobile and it can show a fertile basal contact position for nickel sulfide. So we're continuing to advance our nickel prospects, and during the December quarter we actually drilled one of these targets at Kandui, and it was a very anomalous PGE soil anomaly, drilled underneath it and intersected fresh nickel sulfides at a basal contact. So we know it works. So we're continuing doing it, and through the PGE mapping, we're actually defining 3 additional targets at Labar, Pinnacles, and further to Kandui. So yeah, more drill targets to come for the nickel exploration program.
How's the company's corporate outlook?
Very strong. So we've got a fully funded lithium program underway. The company's got 2.15 million in the bank at the moment. So we're sitting quite strong in being able to advance these projects going forward.
Fast forward 3 months, because it will go pretty quickly. What does a successful quarter look like for the company?
Further drill intersections for lithium-bearing pegmatites. Once final approvals come through, we're going to be starting drilling and got drill rigs lined up for that. We're going to have additional drill targets being defined with phases 2 and 3 from the soil sampling, and we expect to start a further gold drilling program during this quarter, and targeting additional shallow gold resources nearby existing gold resources. So quite exciting, and in the background we're still going to be pushing forward for getting to production for some near-term cash flow.
Tim, thanks for joining me today. I hope we can look back in 3 months' time at a successful quarter for you and the company. Wishing you all the best, and we'll speak soon.
Thanks, Stuart.